Hey, I'm Ty, founder of Preservan, and this is another episode of Chart New Territories, and I am with a really awesome guy. Today, I'm with Bruce from Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to Oklahoma, Bruce.
Thanks, Ty. Appreciate it. It's been good traveling here and a good time so far.
Yeah, no, it's been a great week so far. Getting to hang out, getting to just kind of hang out with you and your sons. We'll talk more about that here in a few minutes. But here's the way I usually like to start this. I usually just like to kind of go back a little bit and talk about your journey and kind of how you got to sitting here today talking about starting a business with me. So let's just roll it back. What have you been doing before Preservan?
So predominantly worked in a corporate setting. My career's been around quality improvement, continuous improvement. I have a doctoral degree, PhD.
Yeah.
Master black belt in Six Sigma and lean manufacturing.
Okay.
So I did a lot of continuous improvement for a couple of different corporations and big corporations, and quite frankly, just got to the point of answering to folks that I just didn't have a lot of confidence in.
Yeah.
That I wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And so, just took an adventure of it's time to go out to the maze and search for my own cheese, so to speak. Something
That's
I've
right.
referenced before.
Yeah.
And so forth. But that's really what I'm looking to do, and chart my own course.
Chart your own course, man. That's really good. And of course, I was introduced to the idea of constant incremental improvement, Kaizen. When we started talking, I hadn't read a lot about the Six Sigma, but the Toyota Way I'd read, and so really love that part of your journey. But so how long had you been thinking about starting your business? Is it something that just kind of came to you kind of in the last couple of years, or was this something that was on your mind for a long time?
Long time. So there's always that hesitation, right? I think, me included, folks get comfortable getting that weekly paycheck kind of thing, and there's a potential risk of stepping out, but with no risk, there's no reward, and
Right.
and from my aspect, the joy will be working for myself.
Yeah.
Right. It could be monetarily, but it doesn't mean it will be.
Yeah.
The joy will be about the work
That's-
and just a labor of love.
Yeah.
To be able to work for myself.
It is. It's so valuable because we give so much of our life to work, and it's not. Yeah, there's the monetary aspect of it, but there's also just then the life that we give, and kind of what was the meaning of all of that we gave up, and in some ways we can give a lot and it means something else to somebody else who you kind of built their thing for them for many years, but now it's this opportunity to build something for yourself, both financially but bigger than that. So what was that? So you think about this for a long time, but what was that moment where you were like, now's the time. Now I'm going to do something.
So got downsized.
Got downsized. Okay.
Several months ago and whatever. And it's like, I'm not playing this game anymore. Right. And so I'm going to venture out on my own and be in charge of my destiny.
Yeah.
In my own control what I can control. And at the same point, I thought about, if I can get this going, maybe I can leave a legacy or something for my kids to follow behind.
Yeah.
And from a family perspective.
Yeah.
So I wanted to chart my own course.
Yeah. I love that. And so how'd you find out about Preservan?
So I actually use a franchise broker that actually now has become a franchisee for Preservan.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, he didn't just say, hey, Preservan. He led me down a path of, you need to do your research and investigate what's right for you.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, it came back to Preservan.
Yeah. Who he's referencing is Greg Young. Greg has been here on this podcast before. Greg is the owner of Preservan Richmond. He is also a franchise consultant, so somebody who helps people like Bruce and many others kind of navigate that, whether it's about Preservan or other things that are out there, opportunities. He's a very experienced guy. And so what was that like to work with somebody? Because I'm sure he just didn't tell you about Preservan. He probably told you about a lot of other things.
He did.
What was that like working with somebody like that, as opposed to just maybe kind of Googling and doing your own research? I mean, you probably did a little bit of both. What was it like working with a consultant?
So I did a lot of it, and he encouraged me to do a lot of it, right? But I think as much as anything, Greg's become a mentor,
Yeah.
right? And so I've done this before. I've coached other folks, so he's became a coach for me,
Yeah.
and someone that I've been able to lean on and trust.
Yeah.
And so I think that has been, as much as anything, just building that relationship of trust and so forth, has been a great partnership.
Yeah.
is what I'd call
Well, that's what I love about what we do, and of course we're talking here a second about Preservan specifically. But as a franchise, I never really thought about franchising like this until we started building one. But it is like this community of coaches and mentors, and we all bring something to it ideally. So I mean, that's what I was excited about your background with that kind of lean manufacturing and kind of those kind of principles, bringing that. And then, you have people like Greg, and we have all these others who sort of bring all this value, and they bring value to the organization, but they bring value to each other. So like we're all growing together. So Preservan, in your own words, what does Preservan do?
So repair wood rot.
Yeah, right. It's pretty simple.
Pretty simple. But as much as anything, there's a new aspect to it, but there's also the idea or concept of preserving history.
Yeah.
And so I think I shared with you my grandparents' home, and it was on the historical register, and built in the 1850s and so forth. And the folks that bought that home at a later time changed all the windows and doors.
Yeah.
Which then took it off the historical register.
Right.
And so it's no longer considered a historic home.
Yeah.
And so the preservation
right.
of that home it's like, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a history nut.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of aligned from that aspect.
Yeah, it's crazy. People don't often think about. They think about these houses, and they might have something old on them, old siding, old windows, old doors, and they think that you just can replace it, and you can, but they don't ever realize what the impact of that is. I mean, there's a lot of impacts, but the impact on the way that it looks, not just that it takes it off the register, but like really transforms the way that the house may have originally looked, where it goes from something with character and details and features that remind us of a past, that kind of connect us with the way that the world was different 100 years ago. And then they implement these kind of more plastic, flat features on them that kind of just strip all of that character away, and really then, in some sense, kind of strip the history out of the building. And that's and it damages property value. It damages a lot of things. So Columbus, Ohio, for those people that aren't familiar with Columbus, kind of just talk about the area that you're going to be serving, maybe kind of what is included in your territory, and some of the neighborhoods or communities you're excited to bring the service to.
So I think number one, gotta just mention it's the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, right?
Right.
So that's a big deal, right? In Columbus, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Right. As far as areas to work around and community to serve, there's a couple in particular. I think Canal Winchester.
Okay.
Beautiful older homes, a lot of character, just gorgeous homes with history. The Miami-Erie Canal that went through there, and so forth. There's the area of Bexley, same kind of thing. Older historical homes, German Village, which is a lot of nice restaurants and so forth, but a lot of history down there. And then there's the area of New Albany, which is newer, but a lot of opportunity for some fine folks. My daughter lives up in that area and so forth. So I think there's a lot of areas from a neighborhood standpoint that we could serve and help preserve their history, but also solve a problem.
Yeah. And most people think about, they think about, we talk about preservation. And so most people think about preservation from like the historic element, which is a big part of it. But, for us, a lot of our preservation goes beyond just old stuff. It's really anything that's wood. And so far in your training going through that, is there any kind of unique feature or thing that you're like, I didn't know that was going to be a thing we would be working on, or that, was there anything that kind of surprised you during this process?
So I wouldn't say it's surprising, but the learning has been fantastic. And so one of the things I think about a lot, and again, going into this, I'm thinking about the historical aspect of it. but understanding the science behind the wood and trees and
Yeah.
and knowing that a lot of newer homes built after 1990 were built with trees that were 25, 30 years old that
Yeah.
they rot.
Yeah.
And so people have invested a lot of money in their homes and they have wood rot damage and their home is only 20, 25 years old.
Yeah.
And so that's understanding some of the science behind the wood and,
Yeah.
and how they manufacture some of the lumber and just the trees that were harvested. So
Right.
it was very interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in Columbus, I'm sure, that, maybe say they do what, they fix wood rot or they replace windows or something like that. So because it's a problem that's been around well since people started using wood to make things. But how is Preservan, as you bring Preservan into Columbus, how is it going to be set apart from other people who would say, oh, I can fix that?
So I think as much as anything, we can repair rather
Right.
than replace.
Yeah.
And so I think predominantly people replace.
Yeah.
And so they tear everything out,
Right.
right? It gets very expensive and costly.
Yeah.
And so, again, just getting into it and so forth, I imagine just knowing the prices of windows and so forth, we can repair at
Yeah.
a fraction of replacing those windows.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's the best
Or
thing.
doors.
Yeah, or doors or anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a great thing because I think that people today, I think as consumers, as people, we want, and homeowners definitely as homeowner, I want better options. I'm kind of tired of being told that this is just the way that it is. You look at something, whether it's my washer and dryer or, if I have a leak in my roof or something, and everybody always just comes and tells me, you need a new one. And I think as homeowners, we kind of like, that can't be it. Like that can't be the only solution is get a new one. And I think people are really hungry for that alternative. And that's what's exciting. Bringing this in the new market is kind of the, that initial response that we get when we come. So far, I mean, we started kind of promoting in the area. Do you see any kind of traction happening yet with people being interested in the service?
So yes, and in fact, I can't tell you the exact number of leads that have come through and so forth, but it's well over 50.
Yeah.
We already have several assessments lined up that will begin next week.
That's awesome.
And so, yes, there is traction. And quite frankly, I was surprised that once the marketing started going out, I mean, it was almost immediate 37, 40 different contacts.
Yeah, that's
whether
right.
Whether it be through calling the actual phone number or signing up through Facebook and the webpage, the website.
I think it's just, I'd like to say we're that smart or that unique, but I think it's just people just want a different option and they're just happy to see that there is one. So we think about those people that are reaching out to us, that are scheduling appointments with you to go to when you come back. Preservans, we say we don't have customers, we have neighbors. When you think about that word neighbor, what does that mean to you, and how is that going to impact the way that you operate your business there locally?
So I'm a big believer in quality, and so from that aspect, I want to make sure I provide a quality service for our neighbors.
Yeah.
Again, because I live in those communities, right? Or I live in that community, that area. I'm not looking to be their enemy. I'm looking to be their friend.
Yeah.
Right? And again, their neighbor. I want to make sure they get a quality service or product because that's the main goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the goal of the company is to deliver a quality product or service to your customer.
That's right.
And to your neighbor.
Yeah.
And so I want them to be able to call me when needed.
Yeah, that's right. And you want to be able to kind of connect and communicate with them like a neighbor and not so much a customer. Having a customer so transactional. It's, and that's okay. Sometimes people buy something and you sell them something and that's the end of the relationship. And maybe that's all the relationship needs to be. But as someone who works on homes, you want to have that neighborly approach because what you want is, just like you said, when they have an issue, you want them to feel like they can reach out to you. And it's not always transactional.
Yeah.
It's not always transactional. Maybe we can help you, but maybe we're not the right person. And maybe I can just connect you with the right person because that's what you would do with your neighbors.
I want to see these folks at parks, ball games, church, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want them to have confidence that they can reach out.
That's really good. That's really good. Switching gears here a little bit, just kind of talking about the Preservan as a business opportunity. You've got a lot of experience. You definitely in the corporate world. You thought about owning a business for a long time. You worked with Greg. What specifically about the Preservan business opportunity stood out to you that made you want to just take those first initial steps forward?
So I think there's a couple of things, right? First and foremost is I've been a problem solver my entire career, right? This is an opportunity to help someone solve a problem that they have, and help our neighbors solve a problem that they have that no one is already doing, right? And so there's an opportunity to solve a problem. I don't want to call it a niche, but it's just different from the
Yeah.
standpoint of the approach now is you just got to replace, tear it all
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
and replace. So I can help solve a problem.
Yeah.
And so I think that's first and foremost that leads me to that. The second concept was the preservation of history,
Yeah.
right? I think that's a good one as well. And thirdly, the opportunity to bring value.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I've always tried to do in business
Yeah.
is what's the value you bring,
Yeah.
right? And so I think I can bring value,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I love that. I think that too often people think about what they can get, right? Like what they can extract. Business is about extracting money from others, and I want to take money from your pocket. I want to put it in my pocket. But I love that idea of bringing value, because it means that I'm bringing something to you of value. And if you want to engage in business with me and return something of value, that's the relationship. So it's not as an extractive relationship. And I think you kind of already said this, but when you think about just kind of what do you feel like you uniquely bring to Preservan that is going to, really make it work there in Columbus?
So I think my unique skill set brings a lot of different things, but I would say this as much as anything is principles around leadership,
Yeah.
right? And so most people get this wrong, but leadership really is about how you take care of others,
Yeah.
right? It's not about me. It's about
Right.
how you take care of others. Are you helping them grow? Are you helping them learn? And so I want to do that with my family. I like to do that with my neighbors. I like to help do that to my community, right?
Yeah.
And so how can I help them grow?
Yeah, man, that's great. You just talked about wanting to do that with your family. Now, you're kind of starting this business in a unique way. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to do this. You have brought your two sons, Matt and Ben, to Oklahoma with you to train. So tell me a little bit about kind of making this a family, father and his sons kind of business. Tell me about that.
So I think one, and it goes back to doing something that they will enjoy doing years to come as well,
Yeah.
and providing them an opportunity, building a legacy, something that they will enjoy. And so I see that in their desires as well. In fact, get around Thanksgiving dinner or,
Yeah.
or whatever, they talk about,
Yeah.
hey, I would love to start a business, or I would love to do this, or can we do that?
Yeah.
And so forth. So they have that desire as well.
Yeah.
And so when we went down this path, and I say we, because we had a Kentucky Derby party. I think I shared that. We did a whole session, put our minds together. Okay, what's the best path we're going to go
Right.
forward? And so got their input,
That's
took
great.
their input, their ideas, their thought process, and said, again, it's not about me. Can we do this together? And if I do this, this is something you guys want to participate in.
Yeah.
I can tell you my daughter wants to participate in it as well at some point. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But, they were fully on board. And it was one of my sons that sent me the video. There was a YouTube video that said, fish just don't jump in the boat. You have to go catch them.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it was the concept of that
Yeah.
that really said, okay, We're going to do this.
That's right. That's right. Well, I got to tell you, and of course, we've spent the last few months talking, getting to know one another. Getting to meet and have dinner and to watch a ball game with you and your sons. Incredible. I'd say young men, but they're my age, so incredible guys. It just shows. It shows, of course, your leadership skills and setting a great example for them. So it's really cool to see. And as a father of two sons, something I hope that one day maybe my boys will follow in my footsteps as well. So we think about the future. We look out 5 years from now. What kind of impact do you want Preservan and Columbus to make?
So I'd like to see it make a large impact.
Yeah.
Right. I'd like to see the name grow exponentially to where people know who to call.
Yeah.
Right. And so it becomes very familiar. It's like, hey, I know experts in that field.
That's right.
I'd like to see us be the subject matter experts in that area, right? Or even all throughout Ohio.
Yeah.
And so I can be visionary sometimes, right? But I want us to be known as the experts.
Yeah.
Hey, call these folks.
Yeah.
They're experts at what they do.
Yeah. Well, Bruce, I have no doubt that you and Ben and Matt are going to be subject matter experts. I think you're already there or getting there. I've seen their work so far. It looks pretty good. So I just want to tell you how much we appreciate you trusting us here as a kind of an emerging startup franchise. Everyone matters, and I think you just bring a ton. So we're super excited to have you here. Thank you so much for trusting us with your future and the future of your family and your community. Can't wait to get this week finished, get you guys trained up, and get you to those appointments you got next week. Here's the thing: if you're out there and you live in Columbus, or you're thinking about calling this guy to have some repairs done in your house, I just want to encourage you to do that. They're amazing guys. They're going to take care of you. So reach out to Preservan Columbus, get your wood rot fixed there. And then if you're out there and, you're thinking, something that he said really connects with me, and I want to bring this to my community. You can reach out to us. You can find me on LinkedIn. It's just Ty McBride. Just search LinkedIn. You'll find my bearded face. Or you can go to gopreservan.com and fill out the forms there, and we'll get connected. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Later.